All right. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Today is a new topic we're going to go over with Nepeto, and it is going to involve sourcing one website specifically. So, I was just thinking, I haven't done anything when it comes to sourcing like one website at a time, and it's definitely a great idea to consider, especially if you know some of the coupons to these websites. So, let's just see. Right, so we got a bunch of websites right here, and a great way to actually use this software is to just find out if there is any coupons to these websites. And we're gonna do one example today to kick it off. We're actually gonna do ShopWSS, and I'm gonna show you where to find all their coupons. And this is gonna give you a huge advantage because a lot of people don't realize that a lot of the most best items that you can find are not going to be just out there in plain sight. They're going to be, hidden through just knowing coupons to certain websites. And so what we're going to do today is we're actually going to click on Shop WSS and press save. And that is going to lead us to all these items from Shop WSS. And next thing we're going to do is if you actually go on Google, you can literally just Google this for any website that you are sourcing. If you ever are curious, just look up shop WSS coupons. All right. And we're going to click on this link right here. And you'll get a whole list of shop WSS coupons, right? So we're going to be able to use this to not only like have our filters, but we're going to get like an additional 20% off. I'm actually going to ask ChatGPT, right? Because it says we get $50 off 500. Now the goal is to get your cart to as close to 500, or let's say you have a cart and you want it as close to 250 as possible. Let me just log into ChatGPT and ask. So how much is $50 off 500 discount? All right, so to calculate $50 off 500, it's going to do some math. No, in terms of percentage. All right, so it's saying 50 off 500 is a 10% discount. Can't hear anything. Can you guys hear me okay? Just type in the chat if you can. Okay, great. All right, so it's saying 50 off 500 is 10%. Let me just do that one more time. I have a coupon for $50 off 500. How much percent discount is that? Okay, so 10% discount if we use this 50 off 500. But if we get our cart to around $99, right? It's $20 off. Um, and let me do how much discount is it if we have $25 off, $25 off 250. Let's see. All right, so another 10% discount. All right, so basically these codes right here, right? If your cart is a little bit higher, it's going to be 10% off. And if you can get your cart, let's say you can buy like a shoe for 99 or as close to $100 as possible, that would actually be 20% off, right? If you think about it, $20 off 100, that's a 20% discount. So we're going to just use these coupons right here to help us out. Okay. So let's go back here, right? So we're now doing shop WSS specifically. That's the only filter we have right now. And we're going to go to more filters. And now we can go to add the coupon. So we got an additional 10% added. And the software is literally going to find us profit with that extra 10%. And we're just going to set some simple filters as follows. Right, so we'll do 35% ROI. Filter out Amazon, must have buy box. More filters, let's do like a $5 minimum profit. And right now my sales tax is like and a quarter percent. So um, just going to leave that as is. But yeah, basically this is a great advantage because you're going to now be able to find stuff with that extra 10%. And if you ever see something right, this right here is 38% ROI, right? If you see something like this shoe, before it was discounted or couponed, a lot of people saw 28% and they probably skipped past it. So it's just a great way to find more leads for you. And just kicking it off, right? You can see this one right here. Let's see if Amazon's on it, but it's honestly got great velocity. You can see the monthly sales right here is 100 plus, right? And we're just going to click on load data. Okay, so it doesn't look like Amazon is really on this lead much. I don't even know if they are at all. So we'll just kick it off with this. All right. So you can see, right, it's gonna be $99 and it's gonna flip to 164. And we're gonna see if we can get our cart. All right, so if we actually add just one of these to the cart, we might be able to get 20% off, right? So if you were doing, I know it's annoying, but if you did carts of one, right, you would get that 20% off, which would be huge, right? So it'd be 164. What size is this? Where is the size? Okay, so this is size 8, it's saying. We just got to change it to 8. So I'm just going to show you in the cart, right? So we're going to go to the cart, then we're going to go to checkout. Okay. And for ShopWSS, right, you just got to click checkout one more time. Okay. We got Rakuten. Let's click checkout. All right. So right here, this is where you'll add the discount code. And all we're going to do is go to the tab where our coupons were. And this example, since it was even $99, right, you might want to do the 20 off 99 because you'll get the most discount with that. So let's paste that right here. Whoops. Not valid. That's weird. 20 off 99. Okay, let's try to add more to our cart and see if we can do the two. All right, we're gonna add the cart up a little bit more. I'm not sure why that coupon didn't work. All right, let's add one more to bag. Okay, so it's limited in one per order. All right, so I guess this is a case where for some reason it's not letting us use this coupon code, which is weird, but hey, it is what it is. We'll move on. All right, so we got this lead right here. Let's see the velocity. Okay, so Keepa is interesting, people are first thing I'm looking at is just this Keepa chart, and I'm just seeing how fast people are selling out. So this started in July 17th, right? And some people sold out, came back on, sold out, came back on, sold out, came back on, etc. So it is selling out. Let's see how many sellers. There's only 4 sellers too, so you're not competing with too many. However, one person does have this buy box an excessive amount of time. Who is this person? So this is a case where I would actually double check Keepa. All right. So anyways, looking at this Keepa graph, it's not really moving that fast anyways, so we're gonna skip past that. Let's keep going. That Keepa is looking pretty slow. So it's saying these sizes. I think this was the same shoe we were looking at. saying these sizes are profitable, but I'm guessing they're not moving as fast. And you can see the buy box, there was a sudden rise in them. So it's worth looking at just because it's 70% ROI. We'll double check Keepa. Um, Not the best looking Keepa graph, right? It's not moving too fast, and this buy box is shot up really high, so maybe not ideal situation. Let me double check. Oh, okay, word. So I apologize. The only filter I said was ROI. Let's also do a sales rank. Let's do 100K sales rank and top 1%. So we find some better mover items. Nope. We're gonna exclude bands. But yeah, basically all I'm doing is just like kind of sorting out the bad leads, right? There is going to be a lot of leads where you just got to realize they don't sell that well. And so it's most important just to look at the offer counts right here and see how fast people are selling out. That's going to be your number one indicator. There is other indicators like the best sellers rank, and we can also look at like the estimated sales and such. But overall, the Keepa graph is definitely going to be like the top priority, I would say. So this looks like it's moving. Looks like it just had a buy box recently. So we'll just see. Okay, so one person's been on it most of the time. Where do you post your Zoom recordings? Yeah, so I just post them on my YouTube channel and then I link them. There's a part in the Facebook group. It's called the weekly Wednesday webinars, and I post a link to the YouTube. So it's hopefully convenient to double check it. All right, we're gonna take a look at this guy right here. I'm not 100% certain about him, but it's worth looking into. So it's 195 and we can buy it for 99.98. However, we just have to double check. Okay. So this is a item I wouldn't go too deep on. Personally, if I were buying this, I would only test two, right? We'll just pull up the Chrome extension just to show the example, but I would not go too deep on it. The biggest concern for me is just the 17 drops per month. However, I will say I can see that, it was like people like came on and then sold out again. So it could be moving. I wouldn't test too deep on it, but at least the numbers work out, right? So if we bought it for 99.98, right, it is a 50% ROI as is. And we'll just see if this is an example, we can actually apply those coupons, right? So this is size 10. This is size 10. Let's add it to bag. All right. I just want to see an example of using the coupons because I promise it works. It's just I don't know why the first one didn't work. Exit out. All right, ready? So we're gonna go back to coupons and just a refresher in case you haven't heard, just to get here, all you gotta do is Google ShopWSS coupons. Let's copy it, paste, not valid for the items in your cart. What the heck? All right, RIP. But either way, still 65% ROI. So um yeah, I would honestly only test two of these to start. Like I'm just not too certain about them. Luckily there's not many other sellers on it. So not too worried about it. All right. All right, cool. So let's keep going and then I'll branch off into some storefronts. afterwards. I always like to do that. So this Keepa graph, not looking too hot. And I noticed that the buy box is just recently super high, so probably will shoot down in a little bit. Vans, stay away from. See what this Keepa is. All right, weird Keepa graph. Let's double check actual Keepa. All right, well, I'm not going to say it's the best, but right, you can see that there was 7 offer counts, right? So right here at July 25th, there was 7 sellers on it. And then August 9th, which is about 25, 6 plus 9, it's about 15 days, right? So a little bit over 2 weeks, it looks like 6 people sold out, right? So just an idea of how fast it's selling. Now, I do understand that the buy box is really high, right? Looked like over time in June, it was dragged down by some sellers and was really low and then started to skyrocket back up. So it's kind of like a risk with this one. I wouldn't go too deep on this either, but let's just pull it up. All right. It was 74.99. So this one's still profitable as is, right? It's 36%. I'll try one more time with the coupon, see if we can get it down a little bit more. And what size? Too little kid. All right, so let's pull up Too Little Kid. Let's add like a couple of these in. Okay, so it looks like this one, the coupon finally worked, right? So let's go back to, let's go to checkout. I'll lower my cart and try to get it around 250. Let's try to get it then to 500 maybe. All right, so, right, if I, this is just hypothetical, but like just for the, I just want to show the coupon because that's kind of what this whole call was about, right? So we can copy this code off, $50 off 500. Check out. All right. All right, so let's try this coupon code. What the SW50BJ5. So what did that do? Take $50 off? That's only 474. Hmm. All right. So let's just say it was 474. I'm not sure why it didn't take $50 off, but let's say it was 474 and you bought 7 of them, right? So just like doing some math, 474 divided by 7, right? So your buy cost is around 67.71 a unit. And we can enter that in 67.71. 7 So at least you'll see, right? You're making $34 a unit on this. Now, 7 might be a pretty big test order, just given the fact that it looks like the price tanked a bit and just shot up. Like I personally wouldn't ideally do 7. I would probably try to get my cart down to like that 250. Let's go back to cart. So if I were doing like FBM, I would do like a quick flip on these and just see how they sold out. All right, so let's let's do the coupon on this. All right, so 274 divided by 4. Let's see what that would be. 68.5, right? If you only had to test that 4. So 68.5. Right, so you're still making 34 bucks. Still 49% ROI, which is nice. And I would feel more comfortable just doing a quick test order of this, seeing if they do sell out before really going deep. So, um, it, there isn't really much competition, and I just don't know how long the buy box will stay up here. But if you were to get in and get out, it might be like a quick flip. At least that coupon worked. Feel a lot better now. Let's do one more, and then let's do some storefront stalking. Mm, all right. So overall, the trend of this Keepa graph is looking like people are selling out, right? You see how it was at July 14th, there were 7 and 4 people sold out in about 3 days. Some people came on, and it looks like 4 people sold out again in about 12 days from the 20th to August 2nd. So we'll take a look at this a little bit more in depth. Most of the time, no buy box. Okay. And it looks like there's only one seller on it, so not much competition. Okay, so size 10.5, right? Size 10.5 for 135, which is pretty expensive. We'll check the numbers. All right, so as is with no coupons, no, my bad, 135, right? So it is only 24% ROI actually. That's interesting. And the reason it's saying $218 right here as a sell price is because you see how this person is calculating their shipping, right? So most Amazon sellers don't want to pay for that shipping. So you can probably price it a little bit higher, which is like all they're doing is just adding the shipping to it. So now if we can possibly coupon this down, then it might be worth at least like hitting the numbers. I just want to show you for the example how like this is something that may not be good, But if we can somehow, okay, of course, limited availability. We can get a discount though. We could make it good. Discount code. All right, please work. And of course. All right, so this one's not valid. Not a great lead then. Only 24% ROI, but you still could make profit. Let's just see. Sold two. All right, cool. Well, that's enough for Shop WSS. I hope at least the idea though is, the big idea I want you guys to just understand is, definitely when it comes to Nepeto and all the stores that we have, right? Keep in mind that there is coupons for each of these stores that can really help your margins even more. And that's really what's gonna make a lead really good is when it's not good on the surface, and then all of a sudden you coupon it, maybe you add some discounted gift cards, and then all of a sudden it is profitable, right? So Shop WSS was just the example today. Keep in mind, there's still plenty of stores that have coupons, right? I know Dick's Sporting Goods, you can definitely loop. I'll do a call one day on Dick's Sporting Goods with that. There's a it's like a $20 off 100 coupon that you can loop pretty well. So that's like a 20% off. So we'll do another call on that. But the idea is that if you use coupons, right, a lot of these items are going to be a lot better. So let's just pause for a sec. Does anyone have any questions on anything? Anything you want me to go over? I'm just gonna storefront stalk. If not, all good. All right. All right, word. Well, let's see. This person's got 457 ratings, right? So let's just click on their store, see what they got. Called the Act 11, right? We'll click on storefront scanner, copy the seller ID and scan it. All right. And we got a good list of leads that we can source through. Let's set some filters so that we're finding the best items. So top 2%. All right. So we got a couple leads that we can check out here. You know, I I know we started it off doing Shop WSS, but I swear I always have the most success just finding a good seller storefront and scanning it. So it looks like this doesn't have a buy box. No buy box most of the time. Two sellers. And this is an item I haven't sold before, Reebok, but you can see right here if you would be gated or not for it, which I do love. So I'm gonna just check it out. We'll look at the keep a little bit more in depth. I should probably do that first before I load up anything else. And yeah, just a reminder in terms of like workflow, let me know if anyone has any better workflow ideas. But first thing I look at is just the offer counts right here. I want to see how fast it's moving. Are people selling out? Are people coming back on and selling out again? Right. And then I look at the buy box. And then, right, if I am a little sketched out about the fact that, okay, there isn't really any buy box line, like maybe I would want to look at this chart a little bit more in depth. Then I'll click on the Keepa and just really see what's going on. So looks like most of the time there was just one seller on here. We'll see how much they've been in stock. And then it looks like they sold out and one person came on again. But I will admit this definitely isn't like the most ideal mover and no buy box. I'm gonna probably just skip past it rather than waste our time. So let's just keep looking at the data. This one's not ideal. Here's some Converse from ShopWSS, of course. Hmm. I'm gonna have to double check Keepa. So I can see actually right away that I am gated in Converse. So if it were a really good lead, you might consider buying it. All right, so this Keepa graph, right? You can see right here, it's not like moving that well. It's like mainly blocky. I just think you'll do much better finding better leads than buying something like this.
275 million.
All right, let's exit out. Let's keep going though. Did I just exit out of that guy's store? I did. Let's go back to storefront scanner. Oops. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to just drop it in the chat at any point. Let's do 30%. All right, we're gonna end this off with one good lead to make everything worth it. So I'm just setting some simple filters. We'll see if any of these are catching our eye right off the bat. Here's a Converse lead. How well is it moving? All right, this Converse lead looks like it's moving pretty well. We're just going to double check the Keepa or the buy box history, make sure no one's really hogging it. And of course, someone has 81% of this buy box. What? So I'm going to go to data and then buy box statistics. All right, so if you notice, okay, last 90 days, only 34%. So this person has it in the last 30 days, 81% of the time. And it's not the fastest mover to begin with. Right? So people are selling out. But if you were to estimate that you would only get like 7 or 20% of the sales and you would have to split it up, probably something I would pass on. But yeah, just from first glance, I'm just going to pass on it, see if there's anything better. Let's see how this. All right, here we go. We'll end it off with this. All right, so you see this keeper right here, right? This is what I'm looking for, like a nice heartbeat monitor. I wanted to see that, okay, people may have came on, but then it went from 13 sellers July 24th to 7. So 6 people sold out in about 3 days. That's really good. Plus, you know, Keepa is literally telling us, or Amazon's telling us, hey, this item sells 50 plus times a month, which is really great. We'll just double check who is winning buy box. All right. Looks like it's an even split. All right. There's about 11 sellers. So if you came on, you'd be number 12. Let's just open up the tabs and see how this one is. Okay. Let's double check. I'd use the same. I believe so. And what color is it? All right, so 8 women, 6 men. Let's hide all these extensions. All right, so we're gonna, what is this? Men or women? All right, so this is women. So 8 women, right? Man, famous footwears all over the place. So it says see price in cart. Okay, okay. Right. So $49, right? We can buy these Converse for, and they're selling for 87. So let's run some numbers on this and see if it's a winner. All right. Okay, right. So 48.99, 48.99. So you're making 15 bucks profit per unit that you sold. Now, saying only 31% ROI, what would happen if we FBM these? Okay. Now let's put in our shipping. Okay. So, right. So you see how we're really close right here? Right. I really want this item to be good. And we're gonna make it good. And the way we're gonna make it good is through discounted gift cards. So, right, we can buy this for, let's say 49 bucks, around 50, right? Now, if we want, we can go to topcashback.com. This is my personal favorite. I know everyone's got their favorite discounted gift card websites. And we're going to click on gift cards. And we're going to click on shop gift cards right here. We're just going to see if there is a famous footwear gift card. I know there is somewhere out there. Right, so let's type in famous footwear. Okay. So we can buy, let's just do, I'm just going to show you the numbers, right? So if you bought a $100 gift card from Top Cash Back, right, you would ideally, so if you bought a $100 gift card, you would get $6 88%, $88 back, right? And the thing with Top Cash Back is the money goes right into your account right away. So I do trust it, and I would factor this into the margins. So that's an extra 6.88%, you can say. Now, you would want to get this cart as close to the $100 increment as possible in order for the to maximize use of this gift card. Now, going back to Amazon, right? You see how right here we're at 29%. And if we flip it, we're like, if we flip it to FBA, we are at 31% ROI, right? Which is good, but for a shoe, especially a woman's sneaker, I would want a little bit extra ROI cushion just because of the returns, right? So that 31% ROI, if you check out with a gift card, you can get an extra like 6 to 7% back. All of a sudden, that 31% could turn into 37, 38%, which is really good. Where it's good enough, let's say. So let's just double check everything, right? This Keepa graph is looking amazing, right? This is what I want a Keepa graph to look like. So you see right here, this nice mountain, this downward trend, how we're going from 14 sellers all the way down to 6 in a pretty short period of time. I think this was August 18th to August 25th. So in a week, right? In a week, it looks like about 8 people sold out of their items, right? And then keep in mind, they have like stocks like 5 to 10 to who knows what. You can also see like the monthly sold, this yellow line, right? 50 sold at least, right? So there is a lot of sellers on it. So keep that in mind. Now you want to just keep in mind like who's priced competitively. So you see right here how it jumps to 120. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people are priced competitively. You know, I'm not saying to buy this lead, but if you did jump on, right, you'd be number 7 if you were to price like somewhere in this range, right? So if you did 50 divided by 7, right? You can do a test order of like 7. I would probably do a test order of 10. But you're definitely gonna probably sell out at 7 units. Let's just do that example though. Like let's say on the low end that you only bought 7 of these. Right. So that's an easy $100 that you could possibly make back if you sold them out. So at least that was a pretty good lead. Now that is pretty much everything, right? Kind of at the bottom of that person's storefront. And if you guys want, try the ShopWSS out yourself. Try the coupon sheet out yourself. I think it could help, right? You see, we still got so many leads to go through. Let's see how many pages there are. Right. So there's plenty of leads that you can check out and go through. It looks like there's 3 pages total. So, try it out, see if that's something that you're interested in doing. And yeah, with that being said, does anyone have any like last minute thoughts, comments, questions, feedback, anything Amazon related? All right, cool. Well, hey, thanks again for jumping on. I think I got this recorded, so I'll post a link to the recording, and I hope you all have an amazing Wednesday. See you guys next week if you want to jump on. All right. Yep. Thank you, Kelsey. Appreciate you. All right. Bye, everyone. I'll see y'all.